Cap, your mom has been in the hospital. She's septic, potential kidney failure, potential
She
like
was in heart failure,
yeah,
yeah.
heart failure,
On her
AFib.
deathbed. Yeah.
It's been terrible. She's still in the hospital. It's been 2 weeks. You were there for 9 days. And then you were just saying, normally you thought you would be like, oh my God, I'm super stressed. I'm going to shove food in my face to distract, to
Mm-hmm.
distress, to try to numb, blah, blah, blah. And then you were like, actually, the opposite happened. I
Yeah.
had to remind myself, holy shit, I haven't eaten. I need to actually eat something. It
Yeah. And
wasn't
when
the
I got
opposite.
home, I was like, all right, well, I had like a little bit of soup, like it was not much. And then about an hour after that, I was like, okay, I think I can eat like a turkey thing. So I just had some sustenance. I didn't really feel hungry, but I
Mm-hmm.
think it was the stress. Like the stress was like
Mm-hmm.
just clouded anything, and I had absolutely no hunger.
Yep.
And I was
Yeah.
like, I,
So, what does this tell you in terms of the deprivation emotion of the stress that is more deprived and more resent based versus stress like an acute
yeah.
trauma or a real actual
Mm,
potential loss versus like just being pissed off at difference? That makes
yeah.
sense.
Yep, yep. It's definitely like I'm seeking something to fulfill or reward myself.
Where in this case, it wasn't about
I
reward,
just there was no time to think about anything but her and what was going on, and
and it wasn't about reward.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of research on like emotional eating, which is really mostly or the debate around food and its palatability and the dopamine impact and the hedonic activity, that cravings are not so much based on like
Mm-hmm.
lack of vitamins, lack of minerals. It's more so emotional attachment to kind of dieting. Shouldn't eat,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
cravings have more to do with distress around food.
Yeah. And then I had a situation where, like, I remember, I think it was Friday or Saturday. She got extubated on Friday. No, 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 no. Sorry. They started trying to wake her up from sedation, and that was a whole thing. It was like this roller coaster of her getting through this, but she wasn't waking up. Her eyes were fixed, and I was just like freaking out. But anyways, I remember the next day she was waking up, but she wasn't passing the breathing trial, even though she was doing better at breathing the day
Mm-hmm.
before. It was just a lot of stress, and I was like, when is she going to get extubated? Like, when am I? This is I just didn't see a like. I could tell that for 2 weeks this was still going to be, like, and that's okay. It was just, I
Right.
was like sensing in my head, like, and I was like, I just want to have fun,
Mm-hmm.
and I won't. And there's no way I could. Like, even if somebody said, hey, let's go to this free concert out on the green, like, I wouldn't go because I wouldn't have fun. I'd be feeling guilty. And then I
Yeah.
had the whole thing of like feeling guilty when I would go home.
Right.
But, anyways, and I said, I just want to go have fun. And I remember Jeff, the next day, he came up, and he's been a trooper and like been so kind to me, helping me out, like going up there with me when he didn't have to, stuff like that. But he had spent the night. We were heading back up there to hang out with her for a little bit. Then he was going to head back down, and he went and saw his son who flew in from out. He was been backpacking through Europe for a month, so he's about to go to college. So he's only
Mm-hmm.
got like 2 more weeks while he's up in Atlanta, and he wanted to see his son for a little bit. Totally great, yeah. After that, he hadn't had lunch, so it's 3 o'clock at this point. So he's gonna go meet a friend and split a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And they're at a bar, and they're having two
You're right.
beers, and I'm like, so I had gone to my mom's bedside, stayed there for a while, came here. I'm like bottling honey. I'm doing all these things that I've been postponing for 12 days because I've been whatever. But at this
Mm-hmm.
point, she's breathing, she's walked,
Wow.
she's stable.
It's a
So I'm
miracle.
like, yeah. And then I was like, all right, you're good. Peace.
You're
I
right. I
literally,
got
because I
to
was like, Mom,
go.
I have to go. And I had other reinforcements come in and kind of help out. And she knows that I was there the whole time. But, and while I'm here, I'm salty about it. Like, I'm mad that
Mm.
I'm having to do this stuff and I'm not having fun and he's having a beer. That's what it boiled down
Mm.
to, because like I saw
Mm.
that he
Mm.
wasn't going
Mm.
home
That's
and
right.
he was,
That's that comparison, social
yeah.
comparison, feeling deprived.
And I was mad and I was
Mm-hmm.
like pouring honey, and then I was
I
like, I gotta find,
deserve something fun. I deserve it. Maybe I should have some cocktails and some candy.
yeah. And I went through that and I was just like mad. And I was just like, and I said, I go, and at that point too, also to add a layer to it, my mom, they had put her in a chair and her best friend was about to be there. So, but I left. I was like, listen, Linda's going to be here in 2 hours. You got the button. You can call them. But they told you, you need to stay in this chair as long as possible.
Right.
Do you want to go back to the bed? No, I don't want to go back to the bed. Okay. So here's the button. Press it.
Right. If you
Press it
need
when you want to
something.
move. Yes. She didn't. And she tried to get up and she fell. So, and I'm sitting there thinking how I felt guilty as well that I had left
Mm.
and that she had fallen. And there was this tug of me feeling terrible. But then everybody's like, you've got to take care of yourself. You
Yes.
have to take care of your things,
Yes.
right? And so I'm dealing with that. But at the same time, he's out getting a beer. And I'm like, damn you.
Well, what would have happened if he just stayed at home and didn't go get a beer?
Nothing. I wouldn't have. I don't know. I
So
said, well, I thought you had to.
why does his going out and having a beer change anything?
Yeah, I know. And that's where I know it wasn't right.
Well, it's on some level I think that you're attaching again, it's that comparison to there had to have been an underlying feeling of captivity, like maybe I'm
Mm-hmm.
stuck, I have no freedom, I want to be here but I really want to leave, but I'm an obligation, my goddamn brother is not here, not that he
Mm-hmm.
matters. Did that have anything to do with it, that my brother's not here, I'm the only one doing this, I have all of these things,
Oh
I've all
yeah. On the way home, I was like roasting him, like, "Come on, she
okay,
can't even hold." He's like, "Well, when she gets home," I go, "Jay, she's not going to be home for like 2 weeks." Like, I basically had to point out to him the one day. I go, "Jay, I'm not trying to scare you, but she's basically on
right,
life support." Like when I was telling him about her condition, I was like, it's life support. You know, she's got a ventilator, she's intubated, she's in heart failure. Like it's not good."
right.
And he was like, "Oh." And then he's like trying to turn it in about him, how he doesn't feel good and he's sick. And I'm like, how do you, what? Like, but yeah, no, that night, heading back home, I was like, she needs somebody to help just for a couple of days. Like, get her ice, get her water, get her, hold the protein shake up to her mouth
Yeah.
and get the straw in her mouth. And he came up for a couple days and then he left today and was like, don't ever call and ask me to help again, blah, 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 is what he's saying. Yeah, I didn't respond. I was like, wow, it runs in the family.
Yeah,
Because I was talking to him yesterday and I was like, he was just unhinged.
because he didn't want to be there.
And he just would talk over the nurses and all that. I mean, it's just
Wow.
that, you know, you live and you learn. But I mean, basically, I feel like she's only got me really, you know, I'm primarily, I mean, there's other people, but then there was other people that she was like, but I don't want them up here. And I knew she didn't want them up there.
Right.
So
Well,
I
because
had to,
it's
yeah,
understandably. I mean, how many people do you want in your intimate business, and
I
how much
know.
do you want to say? How many times do you want to tell people what's going on, and do you really understand it? And I totally I that makes sense to me.
Oh, I had to create a block list and then I had to create a
Oh my
code word.
god! Shut up.
No,
Oh my god.
no, it was like worse than like, it was the
Oh
worst.
my
I was like,
god.
this is worse than
Oh
like
my god.
wedding drama, wedding stuff, you
Yeah.
know? Like, this was,
Yeah. Okay. So I really want to hone in really quick on. I want to hone in on you and the social comparisons shit,
yeah.
and where the drama began in your mind as you're thinking poor me, because there is that, like, I am being held, or there is an expectation of what should have been happening, what your brother didn't do, right?
Yeah.
And then the fact that other people are having fun, which makes your a lack of fun occurring. I don't know if that makes sense. Why would someone else's fun have anything to do with you?
Hmm.
Misery loves company, right?
Yeah.
Why were you miserable? We could sit here and be like, well, let me give you the bullet list.
Yeah.
But none of those things,
Really.
what would be the difference if I was doing it or if someone else had those lists of things? Those are just details, right? Mom is sick,
Hmm.
heart failure. Those are just like really stressful situation,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
How many ways can you perceive this, or what way of looking at it would have made you be like, I'm so glad he's getting out and doing those things,
I know, and that's what I wish I think looking back on it.
where you could
I mean,
have.
I'm glad that I didn't go to food because there was like I was like in the stink of it for like an hour. I was just like,
Right. Well, and some of that is like you're just a human being. So let's not
yeah,
sit there and
yeah,
be like, we need to fix that response. But
yeah,
I guess we could say the fact that you were feeling like, fuck this shit. He gets to go have
yeah,
fun and I don't. That's the social
yeah,
comparison thing. They get this, I don't. I'm withheld. Injustice. Poor
yeah.
me.
And then I felt disappointed in him because he had told me, well, I need to get some stuff done at home.
Mhm.
So, you know,
Right.
and so I had to manipulate that in a way to like, well, he was at a restaurant for 2.5 hours with a friend splitting a sandwich. So I mean, I weaved this web out of it. It took me a while to do it, and the whole time I was bottling honey, I was like,
Fuck the shit. I have to bottle honey while he's out there having fun and I've done all this stuff and I'm just working my ass off and I don't get a break.
I'm by myself. I'm doing everything by myself.
Okay, so how did you manage that? So you're saying you didn't go to food. Normally you would have been
No,
like, I'm going to get a treat. Okay, that's
I think
in part. What do you think? Because
yeah,
I have my idea of why I think, because you're not dieting right now.
no,
If you were dieting, let's just take that scenario.
mm,
Don't change a thing. Don't change your response. But let's add that you've been doing keto.
yeah, I probably would have had pizza.
Bingo. Compensated.
Yeah,
Because you're there in food restraint. When you're
mm,
restraining food, your
mm,
mind is managing what it can't have, what it should have, organize it. Think of all the work that just goes into that alone. And then
mm,
when you're in that hospital setting, you don't necessarily have the options. And then coming home, you can imagine that feeling of like, I'm alone, no one's helping me. How come he gets to have fun and I'm over here working? Ooh,
yeah,
right. Because I'm certain I do that too. We all do that, right,
yeah,
on some level, especially with significant others, right?
mm-hmm.
Um, what it is that, yeah, that impact that adding a diet would have had. Remove the diet. Stop, Choco. Remove the diet. You don't have deprivation. You're not deprived.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you want to drink? What did you want to do? Just fight? You wanted to be like,
Yeah, I think so.
come home.
And then later on, I didn't really say much, and I was because my hands were tied up, but and then I kind of cooled off, but I was still a little salty, I think, and then but I was holding it to it being his fault.
All of your, yeah,
Yeah, like I
that's
wanted to
great
shift it.
self-awareness.
Yeah, I was trying to shift it to
He should have known better. He should have done better. Had he been home, you would
yeah,
have had help.
or had he? I mean, I just had he just gone home like I think he was anticipating doing or whatever. And I mean, what does it matter if he just last minute? And I was like, yeah. So then later he was like, well, it was just like 3 minutes, literally in 3 minutes. I was like, I'm hungry. My friend lives right down the street from Jackson's house. I'm going to see if he wants to eat. I didn't expect him to even be there. He was. I picked him up. Like it was 3 minutes. I had no other time. And I was like, well, you could have called me in 3 minutes.
Mm.
I was going to sit on that hill and die on it. I was like, you still could have done better.
No. Okay,
And I
well,
wasn't really mad. We didn't get into a knockdown, drag out fight. It wasn't anything like that. But, and then later on, he was like, I just don't, I guess and I really was trying to not have an attitude, not be upset about it. But I think he could just sense, he knew in the undertone that I was
you were
upset about it.
upset.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it would have been helpful had he, like, it would have been relieving had he been there? Like, what would have been the
Yeah,
difference had he been
for
home?
sure. For sure.
What
Because
would
it's
have
a two or
changed?
three. It's just so much easier because
The honey bottling?
yeah, you're bottling it, you're setting it aside, then you have to cap them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a much quicker process when you've got two people, and then also I'm like walking it over to a hot water bath,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm getting honey everywhere. Honey was all over me. I was
Mm-hmm.
frustrated when I started doing it because I had just fallen out. She had fallen.
Mm-hmm.
I felt guilty for being there.
Mm-hmm.
I felt guilty for leaving. But I just, um, and I was doing it, and you have to kind of get into the swing of doing it, and you're opening this valve, and it's full. This 60-pound jug is full. So the first bit of leverage that comes out, or
Mm-hmm.
it comes out fast. And so I hadn't got into the swing of doing it because you only do it once a year. And the first 3 bottles that I filled, honey just went everywhere. It just came out. So I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, my
So
life
I
is so
cleaned my work
terrible.
area, and then immediately the next bottle, I did it again. And I was like, you know what? That's it. I'm just going to touch honey on everything. Everything's going to have honey, and I don't give a fuck. I was just so angry, and I was like, I'm not even going to clean this area. There's just going to be honey everywhere.
What's the point? What's the goddamn point?
And,
And that's like
it
extra
really,
work, right? You just did all the work to clean it up, and then it happens
yeah,
again. And so now you're just being burdened by the
yeah,
process.
yeah.
Something that
So
shouldn't be. Okay, so that makes sense. That makes sense why you would be like,
it could have been easier, but it's not his hobby. It's not his thing. It's not his responsibility. At the end of the day, I moved to this property. This property requires more maintenance.
right.
It just does. So I didn't, when he does help more than it. He's like, sometimes like, you want to just walk and like pick up, like branches that have fallen and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, like what do you want to do around the house? What can I have help?
Right.
Like, so he does help. Like, but it's not his at the end of the day, I can wish and want, and and then I can shit in the other hand. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, I bit this off. It's my responsibility.
Yeah.
I just need to own up to it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the way that the drama, right? The way that we make things dramatic. And I think in the moment, again, there's that self awareness. So right now, the way you're telling me and the way you're talking to me is because it's been processed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the question is, in that moment, were you self aware enough, slowed it down enough to be, because this is what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
To actually go, hold on, what am I actually? I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling super frustrated. I'm feeling, right? Like, there's a degree
of. I didn't put a name on it. You're right. I didn't put a name on it. I knew that I felt guilty. I knew I felt overwhelmed. I knew I felt bad.
like you had done something wrong, or that there were things out of your control.
Yeah.
And I
feel like I couldn't handle it. I feel like I couldn't handle it.
Right. And because let's just say, had you stayed, your mom wouldn't have fallen, but she did not push the button. Do you think she'll push it next time? Do you think that was a good?
Yeah. Yeah.
She had to have thought, oh, I'm better than I think I am.
Although today she said to me, she goes, well, how are they going to get me to this rehab place? This is the stubbornness, and this is where I get it from. But she goes, how am I going to get there? And I go, well, they're going to medically transport you there. And she goes, well, Heather, I just want to go to my house. I want to drive my car up there. And this, and I go, Mom, no. No,
Right.
you can't even go to the bathroom without assistance. Like,
Yeah,
there's
she's
no
clueless.
way. Yeah. And as soon as I tell her, I'm very calm with her, because I said, when all this happened and she got intubated that day, I felt pretty helpless when I got back here. And I just said, out of nowhere, I said to Jeff, I go, I don't ever want to argue with her ever again. I
Mm.
don't, it's not worth it.
Right, and it
Because,
doesn't do anything because she
yeah. And
just.
I just
Mm.
felt like it puts everything in so much perspective. And it's unfortunate it takes something like this to do that, but it puts everything into perspective, because I could have lost her a
Mm-hmm.
couple of different times,
Right.
and all that stupid shit. It's stupid shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so back to what you were saying, I knew I was frustrated. I knew I was overwhelmed. I knew I felt like I was failing, even though I knew I wasn't. I know, but I still felt like I was letting her down, even though I know I wasn't. I was trying to remind
Hmm.
myself that I wasn't, but
So, do you think
I don't.
your expectations for yourself are an issue? I mean, in the
Yeah,
moment, even though you're self aware, like all this
yeah,
stuff, right? The
yeah,
expectation, why is the default setting to be better than you are? And what's wrong with the way you are and the way you did it, right? Because we could sit here
yeah,
logically and talk about how you did everything, and you did the best you could. You did more than what you, I mean, you did a lot.
yeah.
And so,
Oh, I don't think I even realized that I did. I think it goes back to that self worth thing, because I don't think that I realized that I was doing a great job. I don't think that I realized that
you were doing more than enough.
yeah. And Jeff said to me, like, day five or whatever, he goes, and he just said it out of nowhere, which I think meant more than anything, because it wasn't like I was feeling insecure or feeling like I was guilty or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
he said, I just want you to know, he goes, you are doing an amazing job at taking care of your mom. And he goes, I can only hope and wish that one day I have somebody to take care of me like that, like, i.e., my son, or,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
he goes, I don't think that most people have that much care.
Right.
You've reached out to people, you've gotten people to log into our patient portal, and I just
Yes.
switched
I'm
on. Like, I
listening to
just
you and I'm like,
got all
how
these
are
people.
you feeling bad?
I know. And then when he said that, I think I was like, oh, I guess I am doing okay. But it was still just okay. It wasn't like I felt like I could still do better.
Yeah, that needs to be addressed
You know.
because ultimately to do better, what that would have been pretty costly, wouldn't it have?
Well, yeah, I probably would have failed at I wouldn't have been as good. I did do good at making a point to come home and go to bed. Like,
Okay, so let's drop it down 5 notches. What could
yeah.
you have eliminated and it's still been amazing?
Oh,
Did you really need to be there the whole time in the hospital?
I feel like I did, but
Okay, let's do half the time.
maybe.
Let's just say you work in the mornings and then you went there in the afternoons.
Yeah. I considered that at one point, but the doctors always did their rounds early, and then I one
Okay,
time, like,
so
I
let's
had to
just say
go.
you did
Yeah,
it in the
sorry.
morning and then worked in the afternoons. I'm
Yeah,
trying to get you to like
yeah,
take half the time.
compartmentalizing. Yeah,
Yeah, and recognize that is still a lot.
yeah, yeah. I think there's part of me that would want somebody to be there for me, and I also knew that I think somebody in the very beginning, patients that have somebody there for them are more apt to
Mm-hmm.
recover, and so I
Mm-hmm.
felt that level of guilt on that.
Hmm.
Of And then there was people, again, that wanted to be there that I knew she didn't want to be
Yeah.
there. Like, and I could tell by some of the stuff that was going on that I'm like, okay, they need to go. Like, and I had to find a diplomatic way of dealing with that. And so the people that she would have been okay with being there more couldn't be there more.
Mm-hmm.
That makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. So
Yes.
I kind of felt like
You're
I
managing
wanted
all
her.
that too.
Yeah, I
All of
wanted her to have the best chance of pulling through.
yeah.
And there was like 4 days where And I don't know how I would have handled it if, hey, say I had done what you're suggesting, right? Like, and then she didn't pull through. I think I would have felt a level of responsibility or guilt, even though I wasn't responsible or guilt, you know?
Yeah. So would you say that your decisions around how much you put into this situation were based on she could die?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you still feel bad about it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's talk about that feeling.
I guess I just don't feel like enough is ever enough. Like I don't,
It's
maybe I don't
inadequate.
measure up enough. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the, if it was enough, what would be the payoff? Like, what are you thinking you're going to get if you reached the
Yeah.
pinnacle of enough? Let's just say you were
Yeah.
like,
I know.
let's just say right now that you did more than any other human being possibly could have done.
Then I'd get a big golden star that said Daughter of the Year.
And then what?
Yeah, right. I don't know. I that she would maybe I never. I think it would. Maybe it comes back from when I was younger. I just didn't feel like I was good enough at school or smart enough.
Oh,
Um,
did you feel like they looked like they were disappointed in
my
you?
my mom always told me, she was like, "Listen, I had straight A's in school, and I didn't even really have to try." And I struggled because I had ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
So I could go to one teacher and teach the same class, and then like I missed because of absences. I was a party kid,
Yeah.
so I would miss because of absences, and then take it the next year and barely pass. And the only reason they passed me was because I went to all the extracurricular class, like
Mm-hmm.
all the after class, like. And I said to the teacher, like, I just had a 98.8 in this class last year with a different teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. You're teaching it a completely different way. Like, it looks like a different language.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd
Right.
struggle.
Right.
So I feel like, and then if you look at my report cards when I was in school, like when I was a young kid, like first and second in kindergarten, it would be like 1 year, Heather's great, everybody loves her. She's just the like everybody loves her in class. And then the next year it was like she doesn't listen to instructions, she doesn't
Right.
stop talking. Like
Right.
it was literally flip flop, flip flop, flip flop. They either loved me or they hated me.
Interesting.
So I feel like I just
So I guess
maybe in
the
some ways I wasn't adequate.
that's what I'm asking is like in relation to your mother, you must have this like I need to
Yeah, be better.
be better. I need to do better. What is better? I'm going to do that. I'm going to make every
Yeah.
sacrifice. I want to, and some of that is heart, where you're like, I would do this. This is important to me. I want to be here. I don't want to have any regrets. I think that's
Mhm.
honorable. How much stuff, how much was there above and beyond? And I would say this generally, not just this event, right? How much
Yeah.
do you go above and beyond thinking, I have to reach to be seen, to be
Mm.
valued, to be given credit, to be actually to feel good about myself. Right? How much of your actions are about feeling good about yourself versus and trying
Mm.
to prove yourself or trying to reach some like high
Goal that's not really there.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe is there what is it that's the payoff? Is it the pedestal? Is it like the spotlight? Or is it just you wanting to feel that you've achieved something of value, that of a standard that is of superior
Yeah.
performance?
I think it's just wanting to feel adequate or good enough or, I don't.
So the problem here is that it's contingent on these performances that you don't
Yeah.
right that it has you have to perform and then the performance though you did a kick-ass job and you did tend to your health, right?
Mhm.
that because something like your mom fell or your brother's telling you to go fuck yourself, that's reality.
Mhm.
That's like that's on the it unfolds, right? It's like reading a book. You don't know what's on the page until you turn it and go, "Oh, that's on the page. I couldn't have
Mhm.
foreseen that. All of my actions were without that foreseen outcome." Right?
Mhm.
And so, oh shit, this is what happens. All right, okay. And my brother's like, I'll never do that again. Like he does much anyways, or whatever. Like
Right.
how you so what I do and what I would recommend, of course, is you gotta be able to know ahead of time. I'm gonna do the best I can with what I have and what I understand today. I can't foresee the future. There's going to be guaranteed difference in the outcome than what I think to start.
Mhm.
It's not going to end up the way I want. If it ends up the way I want, that's actually like, that's a big deal. That's like getting a hole in one, right?
Mhm.
So being able to say, I know as a daughter and as a woman and as a, caretaker in this moment, I'm going to make whatever sacrifice that I can handle financially, time, relationship wise, and I can't do more than that. And there may be a time that it asks more of that, and I have to be okay that I can't give more than that.
Mhm.
So my brother is going to come in here. The friend that she doesn't quite like a ton is going to come in here. It may not be for your mom, it may be for you.
Mhm.
She can get over that in this moment. Of course, you want to respect a dying wishes, but I think the delusion, and I don't want to sound like I'm being negative, but there is a kind of a delusion, a distortion in expecting that you're going to do all this shit and you're going to be amazing and sacrifice as much as you have, and then you're going to feel complete inside
Mhm.
when it's over, because I don't think there could have been anything. I think the underlying issue is that you feel inadequate. You
Mhm.
believed as a kid, as a teenager, that you were trouble. You were troubled.
Mhm.
You were dumb.
Mhm.
You're like high low, socially, academically, you're where you put your energy is where you thrive. And so that means other areas that don't get energy don't thrive. Does that mean that you suck?
Mhm.
Right.
No.
Right. It's like you don't suck at all. You're
Mhm.
actually exceptional. If we take a step out, take the emotion out, and you
Mhm.
look at the quality of your effort with your mother, the effort around her friends, wouldn't you be like, damn, I'm a badass? Like, that's incredible. And
Yeah. Yeah.
right. So being able to, and you did the best you could with what you can and how you were going to do it. So why doesn't that get an A plus? Why do you got to feel like,
Mhm.
oh, suck?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
self-worth ultimately means that your worth exists without the
Mhm.
contingency,
Mhm.
right? You know what I mean? And I say contingency,
Mhm. Yeah.
expectation. I only have value if I meet these standards. Well,
Yeah.
why can't you just turbo? Why can't you just have worth right now just because your integrity is intact?
Mm.
When you cared about your mother, you came home and you're like, I'm never going to argue with her again.
Yeah.
Like, that's just a loving thing, don't you think?
Yeah.
So, where is the worth in that? Why doesn't that heart, that integrity, that intention get credit?
I think I try to because I think that's a good trait. Like, there's times where I think of things and I'm like, I think what I can't remember how the way you worded it before was, um, your intention is good. Like, you have good intention, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you're not trying to cause ill will or things like that. And so sometimes I'll be like, well, that was a good intention. That was a good thing. Like, almost like I'm still questioning if I'm a serial killer down here somewhere.
Hey, well, good intentions can have negative consequences,
I know.
and that's okay. But
Yeah.
you're not intending. So, for example, if you look at your
Yeah.
integrity, you weren't trying to compete with your brother to put him down. To be like,
No.
look at me, I'm doing the right thing, and I'm the best sibling, and you're the shitty
Well,
sibling.
but I am the best sibling.
Of course, but you weren't
I
intending that, right?
mean,
Like that's like
no,
not
that's
that's
not
like
what I.
actually doing something not because you love your mother, but because you want to compete.
Yeah.
That's narcissistic, right? That's like
Yeah. Yeah.
so even just that alone, no change in behavior, no change in action, but the actual intent and the way that you're the reason around what you're doing. Is your reason around what you did not qualified? Is it not good enough? The reason.
No, I mean that's yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
definitely
grade
yeah.
yourself
Yeah.
based on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does that feel? If you were graded on your heart, what is the heart behind the action?
It's, I mean, just wanting to take care of her, wanting to be there for her. She took care of me. I mean, just wanting to give back,
Hmm.
just wanting her to know that I love her.
Okay, that is beautiful. That's beautiful. I need you to feel that.
Yeah.
I want her to know that I love her.
Mm,
Just feel that.
yeah.
Not good enough?
No, it's definitely good enough.
Right. And
Yeah.
that is where your actions came from. So when my mom died of cancer, I'm number 9 of 10 children, and we knew she was dying. They gave her like 3 months, 3 to 6 months, and two of us, 2 out of the 10 siblings, were able to go live with my mother. Um, and some of my siblings had the same pull, the same like want, right? Like you did. I want to be there. I want her. I want to be like an advocate and just to be some like hold space for her while she could be going through something that could kill her. The siblings that wanted to be there but couldn't, how do you think they felt?
Guilty.
On some level.
Mm-hmm.
But what if they had babies, young kids they had to take care of? Had
Yeah.
they been there, those kids would have been neglected or they would have been,
Plus, they felt happy that you had another sibling
yeah.
that could help. Yeah.
Right. So I want you
Yeah.
to go into the complication of
Yeah.
everything and like I could be there. I could, and I was able to just feel the feeling and then act on those actions that kind of showed the feeling. Why isn't that good enough? What
Yeah.
grading system would take that out and say you could have done more? Like the fact that she fell is like, you know what, you fucking suck. So when I describe it from the heart, from the feel, from that like inner sense of you that is like pure, clean, white, brilliant, beautiful, loving, what would grade it bad?
Nothing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're connecting. You just connected with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And then I remember part of the process too, and some of the days was feeling like, oh my gosh, well, what am I going to do when I get older? Because I don't have children. Like,
Yeah.
who's going to take care of me? And there was that part of that
Yeah.
fear
Yeah,
of
and
like,
even if you had kids, it doesn't
that doesn't mean they're
necessarily.
yeah,
Right. I have a
yeah,
client who has Parkinson's who's now in a at a full-time medical facility, needs full-time nursing, full-time everything. And her sons are nowhere. Yeah. So I go 3 to 4 times a week. Change or depends. Stretch her out. I go get her nails done.
mm,
You don't have to, it doesn't have to be children.
yeah,
It's community. It's really about your community
mm-hmm,
and who you surround yourself with, and that feeling of love and compassion and dignity. That is the other part of dying. Like when your mother is really sick, this could be the beginning of the end of however.
yeah,
Thank goodness for medicine, for medical care, for she'd be dead, right?
yeah.
That's a whole different complicated conversation, but she's alive.
Yeah.
You nailed it. Your heart is in the right place, and every time she needs you, you're going to use that, and then you're going to take your truth and reality and what you have to manage,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're going to do what you can, and you
Yeah.
have to accept that ahead of time as perfectly good
Good
enough.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you're going to be more present. You won't be
Yeah.
like obligated or like overstepping or
Yeah.
you know,
Burnout.
yes, and then come home and be like, "Beat the fucking honey." Which I think that would have been fun to watch on video camera.
Yeah. No, it was really funny. No, that was nothing.
Actually, no, I feel bad because I would have thrown something personally.
Yeah.
And you didn't eat. So let's go into that really quick. Talk. No, you don't. You better shut the hell up. Come here. No. Sorry.
It's okay.
This dog is not the nicest.
Oh, really?
No, she is mean to other dogs, and
It's always the ones with the short noses.
yes, and it's the neighbor's dog. It's not even my dog.
Just because you're ugly doesn't have to mean to treat other people bad. Just kidding.
She is a little bitch. She's a bitch.
Blue's on the wrong part of the couch. Hey, off.
Yeah, people cross the street so they don't have to walk by her. She shouldn't even be out without a leash.
Hey.
Okay, let's talk about that was a big deal what you just went through. That was like, damn, that had to have been really hard on a side note. Like,
Yeah.
And I am here to tell you the loss of your mother, whether you had a good relationship or a bad relationship or some relationship in between, it's hard to describe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to describe. It's like a club. You know. So I feel for you. That had to have been hard. With that said, let's talk about the last few weeks with your relationship with food. How has it been generally?
It's like learning a new, like, it's almost like a new relationship in a way, because you're learning a new way of being around, like, this thing, and I remember, like, last night I went to go visit her after work, and I wasn't hungry, but I started to get a little bit hungry when I got home, and it was kind of like 8:39. I needed to really tear down for bed, and I love sour candy. Like, I love sour candy. But they have these frozen grapes. They're called Fruit Riot, and they're coated with this, like, they're so super sour. Like, when I think about it, I can feel it in the back right here.
Super entertaining.
So, yeah, and I was like, I'm not hungry, but I'm like, I'm kind of hungry. Like, I felt a small little pang of hunger. So I had like a little bit of one of those, and I like a couple of those, and I was like, oh, they're so good. So good. And I was just like, I totally enjoyed them, and I like sat there I was like getting ready for really turning the bed down and doing my night routine, and I actually enjoyed them. I feel like it's like a different level of enjoyment.
Yes, it is. It's so much better. And at least to me, it's like, because you're present. There's a presence with it rather than having this drama and this chaos and this war of like, you failed, you suck.
Yeah.
You just,
and then like scarfing it down.
And not even enjoying it.
Too much. Yeah. Like I just like savored it, and I just like, these are so good.
Okay. Can we pause right there?
Yeah.
Now, did you find, so you savored it and you allowed yourself to like get high?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you find that you were like, I can't stop, I have to eat the whole bag?
No. No.
So this is what I have found time and time and time and time again over the years with a lot of people, lots and lots and lots of people. When you take out the shame, you take out the
Mm-hmm.
pressure to lose weight. So you take out the body weight stigma, you take out the shame of the body, you take out the pressure to be thin, and you
Mm-hmm.
allow someone to eat without all of the dogma, the
Yeah.
religiosity around bad, good, and
Mm-hmm.
you give them this access, right? You give access to what it is, and then they're allowed to actually observe and be in the pleasure of it. Is it becomes quite gratifying to the point
Mm-hmm.
where that urge to go and
Mm-hmm.
continue decelerate, it kind of slows down. Like there is an
Yeah.
accelerator, right? Oh my god, this is so good, I'm gonna get another one, and then it actually kind of goes and then because it's enough, you feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you'll notice, because you're paying attention, that the actual pleasure of it and the sensation of it loses its appeal.
Mm.
So then that sour is fun and all, but then you're like, it's too much.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was great. I mean, I think again the first few days were really stressful, so I had to kind of like I feel like really remind myself to try and eat something
Mm-hmm.
nutritious or just trying to get something in. And then I think the third day I finally had hunger. Like
Mm-hmm.
I experienced hunger at like 1 or 2 o'clock, and we went, and I was like, I need protein. Like I felt hunger, and I felt like I needed
What'd you get?
a big burger.
I knew it. I was like, did you get a cheeseburger?
I got a big
Salty
burger, and
pickles.
it
It's
was
like
so good. I was just like, I didn't even set it down. I was just like, but I enjoyed it, but I was just like, oh my god, no, no, no. And I did not set it down because I didn't want to, like, I was eating it fast. I just didn't want to set it down because I didn't want it to fall apart. Like,
Yeah.
I was just stretched. Just like, I love you. It's so good.
I
And
love that. I love this for
yeah.
you. And okay.
And I'm
Do
actually, I was curious because I was just curious coming into this. And I honestly hadn't been trying anything or whatever. I'm just, and I'm down almost 5 pounds in 2 weeks.
I mean,
And I was like, what? Like, are you kidding
eating
me?
candy and burgers, and that's not uncommon. That's not
Yeah.
always the case, but it's not uncommon
Yeah.
for people that are over consuming
Yeah.
because of under consumption, or
Yeah.
the just telling yourself I can't eat that, and that triggering
Yeah.
that primal response to eat that and then more to prepare for the
Mm-hmm.
famine of it, right?
Yeah.
So primal. It's so primal. It's such a real, like when you compare like how you've been eating in this relaxed state, and you then compare it to the kind of the gripping and holding of what you were doing before,
Mm-hmm.
it's different.
Oh, for sure. And I feel like I don't know. I think it's even changed the way I'm like shopping, like for groceries. Like, cause I'm like, I feel like I bought so much more before. Cause I don't know. I feel like it's just shifting everything. Like
Hmm.
I'm not eating and it's just organic, but I'm just not, I'm pretty much like I have like something when I wake so that I can take these meds and
Mm-hmm.
not like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I have the full protein bar, sometimes I have half of it. Like
Right.
sometimes I'm like, I just don't want any more of it. Like
Yeah.
I just don't need it. But then I might eat lunch at 1. I might be hungry today. The last 2 days I woke up hungry today,
Mm-hmm.
which is the first day I've woke up hungry in
Mm-hmm.
weeks. So but and then I had a protein bar, and then I think it was like 11 and 12. I was like, okay, I'm hungry. Like I'm getting hungry,
Mm-hmm.
and but I didn't get to eat until 1:30, but it was okay. It wasn't like I was ravenous or overate
Right.
or anything like that. But then I'm not hungry the rest of the day.
Right. And then when you are hungry, you get to think like, okay,
Just,
what sounds good? And so, like, I just had a bowl of cereal.
yeah.
The other day I had like pork chops and like potato salad, and I had more of a
Mm-hmm.
salty thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like but I'm not like forcing anything. I'm not controlling anything.
Yeah.
That is so taxing to do.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't. It's just,
It's taxing.
yeah.
It's exhausting. And
And
then you're
it's,
like, I better fucking lose weight. I better fucking lose weight. And so
yeah.
you're looking on the scale for some equivalent
Yeah.
reward,
Yeah.
and then the pressure's on, man.
Well,
So
I also remember, I used to remember like it's a, let's say like 141.3. I remembered that point,
oh yeah.
whatever it was.
See?
And
That's
then
exactly
when you
right.
lost it, and so that's why I said, I think almost five, because I know the number is right at five, but then there's the point, and I'm like, oh, I don't even know. Like, I don't know. Was it one, like, what was it? 0.4, 0.3? And then I'm like, and then what? I can't tell you what the point was this time. And I was like, okay, well, let's just say it was 4 to 5 pounds. I don't know exactly
Yeah.
what it was, but I never was like that before. I'd be like, I lost 4.3 pounds.
Okay, see, this is
Like,
you are not disordered eating anymore. So you're
yeah,
getting the sense of what it feels like.
yeah,
That your actual food intake, the pendulum swing,
yeah,
right, of this extreme excessiveness, it feels like shit. You're
yeah,
physically feeling like crap. You're eating food excessively. You're eating
yeah,
crappy food excessively. That and then that swing to the reward, right, of
yeah.
restricting your food, the excitement of like, I'm gonna get in control, I'm gonna get healthy, yay me. And you go into that other swing, but it is
Mm-hmm,
so freaking taxing and stressful and angst around the results, right? Because as you continue to restrict and you
mm-hmm,
continue to make your food controlled, your brain, that primal part of your way of looking at reality, is saying you need food, you need food, you need food, and you're constantly trying to kind of keep the blinders on in
mm-hmm,
hopes to gain weight or to lose weight. And so if the weight isn't lost, it's the pendulum swing. So right now you should
mm-hmm.
feel like that pendulum swing is kind of
Yeah,
like and it's broadened.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
instead of this like small space, excessive small space of limited, you have a broader space of neutrality.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Yeah.
changes based on how much sleep you get, how much stress you've been under, what type of
Mm-hmm.
food you're eating, your menstrual cycle, your
Mm-hmm.
perimenopause, if you're taking estradiol, or what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. It's like that. So now you're adapting to the body. This is why I discuss it in, I think, Diet Supremacy and my Weight Loss Apocalypse series, when I go into eating to hunger, right, in
Mm-hmm.
fullness. I can't remember which one I put it in. Maybe it's Surrendering Your Survival. Anyways, how liberating that is, because you can enjoy the food that is culture, is like customary to your culture, that is familial, right?
Mm-hmm.
So pizza, or like you said, a burger, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever it was, that's like very customary American food.
Yeah.
You can have that and not be like, oh, I was such a piece of shit, I ruined everything.
Well, think about being like a beekeeper and then like being keto. You're like, oh, that's like all your grams of sugar in one day and 1 tablespoon. I was like, how this sucks, because I wouldn't even really enjoy it. And I actually was thinking like, I'm gonna get back into making my own creamer. I use half and
Ooh,
half, and then
yummy.
use honey, and then like vanilla in it. And but before I used to use stevia, which there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
But like, I'm like, I can use my own honey.
you
Like,
can.
why am I wish like I've
Yep.
been trained myself mentally. It's better for your like your allergies,
Yep.
all this
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
And here I am selling honey, and I'm not even eating it. So
Yeah, and you'll find that your body is not sensitive to gain.
yeah,
When
so
you're on keto, you're sensitive to gain.
yeah. So
You're sensitive to lose, but you're sensitive to gain. You're on this like tiny
yeah.
little beep, 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 beep.
Mm-hmm.
And if we look at it from that point of view, like a rainbow, you're in a big fat rainbow right now where you have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of room,
Yeah.
between in this slope. So you're if you eat this way, and you eat based on biological and what tastes good to you, and that's going to change, chances are you're going to lose some weight, because
Yeah.
what you were doing before was horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
The keto was horrible. under your
Mm-hmm.
circumstances. I'm not going to say that's the case for everybody, but it's also because the keto ultimately, let's just use that as an example, is why you would binge eat on sour candy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not because the sour candy is addictive. No, it's not.
No.
You're amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah.
So I have 2 videos to send you.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that right now.
Awesome.
I promise. Because if I don't, then I'm like, I forget.
Yeah.
And then I looked at my calendar today and I was like, oh shit, I forgot to upload the other one. So I'll get those to you this evening.
What should I work on now? Is just trying to
I would just
label things
sustain.
and stuff out. Yeah.
Sustain and let's talk in a month.
Okay.
Unless something comes up. And then we just do a like on call. Robin.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
on call. But let's check in a month. And so how do you feel about that?
What?
Doing this
Pulling
for
back?
another month.
Oh yeah.
Continuing to hone in on 3.5, 6.5 on that hunger fullness scale.
Yeah. Oh
Eat
no.
what
I mean,
the
I
hell
think this
you
is.
want in that zone based on what's available to you and what's
Well, I
realistic
mean,
and what sounds good.
I think this is what I need to do for forever.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
So. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
actually it was crazy because I feel like I thought. I don't know if I can do it. Can I do it? Am I capable of doing it? And then I was like, no, I know I can do it. And then it was like, there was a couple of days where I was kind of grieving the fact that the volume of food,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized that I was going to be eating less.
Yep. But it always works out as you start to really you notice I'm hungry in the morning. Well, that's probably because you're starting to actually have a rhythm.
Yeah.
So and your schedule may be getting better after your mom, but
Mm-hmm.
something to consider because I know that it's not all or nothing around the weight loss. So if this practice to me is the foundation of doing any type of medical weight loss, like if you were going to do the GLP-1s, this is how I would start it. HCG, same. You need adequate time to get through this phase of really relearning what it's like to relate to food without all the disordered bullshit. And to get results that are like, holy shit, like this is so much better. So that when you were to, let's just say you were to do a GLP-1 protocol, you're going to eat similarly. It's just going to be substantially less. And, the protocol is the protocol. It's still fabulous, still amazing. That has other things. But ultimately, you're going to get to a sustainable weight between whatever medical practice you're doing or not, whether it's Weight Watchers program or because they do the GLP-1s or whatever. I'm not pushing that, but
yeah,
the point would be that you can address maybe this, the risk factors for diabetes or heart disease or whatever it is if you have them, or perimenopause that could be putting you at risk for whatever. And so see what this does on its own. Give it enough time. That's why I'm like, give it another month. See where you're at. Because if you let's just say you lose another 4 to 5 pounds, fuck, let's just keep on going.
Keep doing.
Yeah, without that as the intention.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it happens. It's going to happen on its natural. You just want to kind of be blind to that and see what happens. And then from there, you can make a decision. Like, let's just say you continue and you're just holding still eating this way. That's still amazing, right? So you're eating anything you want and you're not gaining any weight. Well, then you make the choice if you want to do something that could help you. Because how much weight do you need? How much weight would you say would be helpful, but not vanity?
Like if I was, I think, I don't know, I'm trying to remember what I even weigh. So I was 161 before I kind of really started picking this. So I'm like 156 right now. I think 140 is like a healthy 130.
Okay. How tall are you?
130 to 140, 5'5".
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So that honestly, you're healthy now. Let's just admit that. If you're only needing to lose 15 pounds of body fat, you're doing great. So let's just talk in a month,
Yeah.
is what I would recommend.
Okay.
Again, let's text me if something comes up.
Hmm.
You need, so, does that sound good?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let me turn this
All
down.
right.